Hey everybody, it's Linda from Linda Takes It Back, and today I'm going to do a blood glucose test on the Kirkland Protein Bars. A lot of people out there I've been watching YouTube videos and they kind of have them every day. It's like a staple in their keto journey, and I had an experience with them, so I wanted to do this today. I did test my glucose on them before, but it was in the middle of the day, so I wanted to do a pure test. And I'm bringing along my husband Dan as well, because he's been in a deeper keto than me and for longer than me. So that way we have an accurate test between two different people, which I thought might be a little different. So if you haven't had them, it's from Costco, the protein bars. Let me tell you a little bit about them. So they have 1 gram of sugar, 4 grams of net carbs, 21 grams of protein, and 15 of fiber. And the ingredients look pretty clean when you look at them. Protein blend, it says milk protein isolate and whey protein isolate, dietary fiber from tapioca starch, cashews, I know those have carbs, right? Unsweetened chocolate, erythritol, cocoa powder, natural flavors, which isn't always good, right? Water, cocoa butter, sea salt, sunflower lecithin, steviol glycosides, which is just stevia, and it also says contains milk and cashews. So we're going to test them out today and see what kind of a reaction they have on our glucose and if they kick us out of ketosis. So we're going to do our fasting blood, and then a half an hour later after we finished it, and then again an hour later, and then we'll check our ketones at the 2-hour mark and see if there was any change. Okay, so stand by. So we're going to do our blood glucose fasting levels before we eat our Kirkland bar this morning. Nothing like having a brownie in the morning. Okay, there's one for you. Are you going to prick yourself?
No.
You want me to do it?
Sure.
Okay. This is my husband Dan, if I didn't tell you already.
Hi.
He's been in other videos. Okay. So I actually have 2 meters. I have the Keto Mojo for the ketones, and I already had a blood glucose meter, so I kind of like using them both. I like it more with the blood glucose because it's a lot less blood than the Keto Mojo. They like to take a hearty sample, and especially in the morning, I don't know if my circulation is low, but I can't get a big sample. I was reading that you should warm your hands. Rub your hands or warm your hands. You won't have a problem. You'll be fine. Don't worry. Okay. So the reason we're doing both of us is because since I started in keto, I've had a real problem being in keto. I'm maybe like borderline. So some days I'll be 0.5 or 0.4. And recently I've been more like 0.7. I've got a couple 1.0s, but I'm very borderline. But Dan started keto, in February, was it?
Yes.
And he's been in keto this whole time and lost how much so far?
24 pounds.
Yeah. Oh, you lost another pound.
Yep.
Nice. So he's pretty much in deep keto, and I thought this would be a great test on whether it's going to lower his ketones or kick him out of keto, depending on the reaction of this. What do you call it? A protein bar? Protein bar.
Sure.
Okay. I like it when you agree with everything I say. Can you do that all the time? Okay, give me your hand. Okay. Come on. I almost didn't make it. Okay, squeeze again. Wait, we gotta wait. Wait.
Okay.
Okay, so Dan's a 0.9 ketones and a 93 fasting rate. And you have been up for a little while, so that could be a little higher because of that.
Yeah.
The dawn effect or whatever.
That's better.
Yeah. Everybody says wipe off the first blood. I don't know why. Something about fluids from your skin or something. Okay, here we go. Ketones. .5. And I'm 102 glucose level. This flavor is chocolate brownie.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Nothing like having a brownie for breakfast.
Yes.
Ugh, it's kind of gooey. Like when you buy a brownie out of a vending machine, you know, like that, and you're like, well, that's kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, guys, I finally finished. It took me a while. He finished earlier. It was a lot of chewing. It was a lot of chocolate, and it was a lot of chewing. So it's 9:15, 9:16, and we'll be back in a half an hour to take our blood glucose level again. Bye. Okay, we're back. The alarm just went off. One thing that I did want to mention is what our goal is for today. And so when we do our next glucose level, the goal is that our level won't change more than 30 points from our first level, because that could kick us out of ketosis. So, are you ready?
Yep.
Okay. We'll do you first since you finished your bar faster.
Okay.
You went,
It was good.
man, I was like chewing and chewing. Like I'm a person who loves chocolate, but I don't love, like I like brownies, I guess, if they're really, really good, but I don't like chocolate cake and I don't like chocolate ice cream. I just like chocolate. So I can see if people who like chocolate would like it, but what did you think of the bar?
I thought it was okay. It wasn't really.
It wasn't like, it's kind of chewy and weird, but
Yeah.
the flavor's good.
All right.
I'm trying to cut it so you really can't see. I don't know if you guys can see or not, but you don't have to look at this part if you don't want to.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Okay, now wipe it. Squeeze again.
Oh well.
Okay, you're a 108 half an hour in, and 0.5 in ketones. So his ketones went down a bit. Okay, now it's my turn. Okay.
This is low.
I'm out of ketosis, and my blood sugar is 148.
That's a lot.
148. This is what happened to me when I did this in the middle of the day just to randomly test. It was 87 or something, and I tested, and then I ate the bar, and then I tested again, and it said 176, and I was like, that can't be right. So I did it again and it said 150. But with you didn't have hardly a reaction.
Nope.
Low and 148. Wow. Two different people, totally different reactions. Okay, we'll be back in an hour to see what else happens. Wow.
An hour from now?
An hour.
At the hour mark.
Hour mark.
Half an hour or so. Okay, great. Bye.
All right, so it's 10:15. Now we're 1 hour out from finishing our protein bars. One thing I wanted to say is that we haven't had anything to eat or drink besides water. You haven't had anything.
Nope.
He's not thirsty.
Right.
But because I have VSG surgery, I drink water all the time. But that's it, just water this whole time. And as soon as this is done, eggs and bacon. Yeah. Okay, so this time I'm just gonna do our blood glucose just to see if by 2 hours it needs to get back to its original level. So we're 1 hour out and we're gonna see if it's gonna keep going up or if it's gonna start to go down. I already have a thinger in there. Do you want to use your...
Yeah.
Okay. Save it and I can just use the other side.
How unsanitary.
Don't judge. I find the pinky has the most blood. You have to let it dry though. Let it dry. It's a gusher. Maybe because the skin is thinner.
I don't know. Let's find out. There you go.
Squeeze it. Oh my gosh, see?
Mm-hmm.
Almost like spurt across the room, people. $103. Well, don't we have a nice...
Just went down 5 points.
Some people aren't insulin resistant. 103 at 1 hour.
Totally normal.
Must be nice. 24 pounds. I've been going in and out of keto. 0.2, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6. I'm like, what is going on? And I'll test in the afternoon and same thing. I can't stay in ketosis and I'm like, what did I have? And so I just started doing my blood glucose on everything I ate just to try to figure it out. What's a guess of what mine is? I say 135. 109. It went back down really fast.
Huh.
So that was a major spike. 109 at 1 hour. Okay, so my starting one was 102 and yours was 93.
Yes.
So we'll be back in 1 hour to test both our blood glucose and our ketones and see if we're back to our original levels. Dun dun dun.
Okay. Sounds
He's
good.
like, I just want coffee.
And bacon.
And bacon. You might hear it sizzling in the background as we do this. Five minutes to bacon. All right, it's 11:15. Here we go. Okay, so just to go over everything, what we want is for our blood sugar to come back down to its original state or very close to it, and hopefully for our ketones not to be affected too much. Although I kind of tested it in the middle by accident, and we know I'm already out of ketosis. Okay, so we started out, you started out at a 0.9 and a 93.
Yep.
So let's do it. Wipe and do it again. Oh, jeez. What happened? Oh. Okay. Wow. Okay. So Dan started out at a 93 and 0.9 in ketosis. So you had pretty good ketosis going on.
Yeah.
All right. And then you were a 108 at half an hour.
Yeah.
And then you were a 103 at an hour. And now you're at a 108 again. And you didn't eat or
What kind of
drink
sense does that make?
anything. But the bad news is you are at a 0.1. You are not in ketosis anymore.
Huh.
Yeah. These protein bars, man, they're bad news. Bad news. And even for somebody who's consistently in ketosis like you, they had an effect. Even though it didn't seem to affect your glucose that much. It kicked you out of ketosis. Wow. Okay. All right. I'm a 96 and I was a 102 in my fasting numbers. So that's good. I'm a 0.3 in ketosis. So I'm still out of ketosis, but I'm recovering a little bit. These protein bars have a major effect. Even on someone like Dan, who's been in steady ketosis, 2 hours in, and he's totally kicked out. So that could really affect your fat burning for the whole day. And I just wanted everybody to know, because I just tried it one day and tested my glucose, and I was like, what? This is insane. And I don't know what the ingredient is in there that's the destructive ingredient. I think maybe the tapioca starch, because I saw Christy Davis does a lot of these tests, and she didn't have a Costco near her, because I figured it would get to more people if she tested. And I just found 2 in my cabinet, so I'm like, let's do it, because she couldn't do the test. But when she does tests, one of the things was tapioca starch that really set her insulin up. But just be careful, and you can see we had such different reactions, but they both weren't good reactions. So 2 hours later, it did kick him out of ketosis, even though he didn't have a major insulin spike, and I had a major spike. Like, I could feel it. I felt a little warm, and we were both totally kicked out. So you might want to try this on yourself and see what kind of a reaction you have, because everyone's different. I hope that was helpful, and we're going to go have some eggs and bacon now.